Good morning, first grade. I wanted to share another geo with you, and this one is called the Wright brothers. So you can go ahead and listen to me reading it, and then I'll share the link to access the digital copy, and then you can go ahead and read this yourself as well. The Wright brothers. In the past, people just traveled by land or by sea. But two brothers dreamed of crafting a machine that could fly. See how the birds soar in the wind, Orville? Who says we can't do that, Wilbur? So I don't know if you notice they have a W to stand for Wilbur, the one brother, asking the other brother, Orville. And then the O stands for Orville asking the other, responding to Wilbur, the other brother. So it says, see how the birds soar in the wind, Orville? Who says we can't do that, Wilbur? The two men learned as much as they could about flying. They read about gliders that got power from the wind. With bent wings, gliders could lift. They could soar, but they were hard to steer in the wind. First, we must craft a glider too, but we must come up with a plan to steer it in the wind. For help, they looked to the birds. See this? By tilting one wing up and one wing down, the birds can steer. We can twist our glider's wings, then we can steer too. The two men drafted plans. As a test, they crafted a small glider. They flew it like a kite. A tug on the strings sent it soaring this way or that. But could they steer it from inside the glider, up in the sky? We must have a spot with lots of wind. It must have soft sand for landing. I have just the spot. They set out for the sand dunes of Kitty Hawk. There they tested a big glider over and over in the blowing wind. With each crash, they mended it. Then they sent it back up. Now Wilbur was all set. All set to fly? Yes. He went soaring over hills of sand, tilting the wings up and down like a bird. It was just a quick trip, lasting seconds, but with each trip up, they learned more about soaring on the wind. Now we can steer from the air. We must fix the rest. The wings must get more lift. Let's run some tests. In 1903, they would put on a motor. Then they would soar over the land, by the sea, in the very first airplane. Okay, and then the more section says, on December 14th, 1903, the Wright brothers tossed a coin. The winner would be the first to fly in their motorized airplane. After years of experimenting, the brothers were ready to test their new plane design in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. Wilbur won the toss, but unfortunately, he oversteered the plane and crashed into a dune. The brothers spent several days repairing the plane. On a cold and blustery morning 3 days later, it was Orville's turn. He kept the plane in the air for 12 seconds and traveled 120 feet. He became the first person to fly a powered airplane successfully. Later in the day, Wilbur flew for 59 seconds and traveled 852 feet. Then a strong gust of wind rolled the plane over. The damage to the plane ended the brothers' flying season for the year, but they had still made history. All right, so that was the Wright brothers. I hope you enjoyed that geode and can go ahead and check it out yourself. Check out the pictures a little bit more if you'd like. And I don't know if you noticed in this book, the style, it would give you information almost like a narrator was telling this part, and then they show you, the brothers communicating with one another, and then the narrator kind of fills in some background, and then the brothers are talking. So I just thought it was an interesting way of presenting some information about real people that existed, and the history of the first airplane, the first successful trip in a motorized airplane. All right, I will talk to you later. Hope you enjoy it. And bye, guys. Let me know if you have any questions or need anything. Bye.